The bike's parked here. Look at that cottage there. It's just really lovely. Guy's super friendly. Yeah, we've just had a lovely night here. We're refreshed and we're going to go back. We've got to get the ferry at Tarbot, so we've got to travel the whole of Isle of Lewis. Just down this little lane. It was trying to say to me last night, if you go down there, there's like a beach and you can see orcas sometimes. But I was so tired, you know, you think, I don't care what I see, I don't care if it's a Loch Ness monster. I'm not getting out of bed. I was asleep by 9 o'clock. But I've just wandered down here because he said he's got Highland cows. And I'm just, you know, when you're just listing off the things, Scottish things, checklist. Seen a man playing bagpipes out on his balcony. I've seen a man in a kilt. I've eaten haggis. And I just haven't seen a Highland cow. But no, I would really recommend this B&B. I haven't been in a B&B since I was about 20. It's just a really lovely little cottage. The guy Joe is such a great host. He's just cooking us cooked breakfast now. And then we're going to be on our way. Square sausage.
I remember it from last summer.
Oh, we didn't go to that. The lighthouse, we didn't know.
We went to the port of this, it's virtually there, but
I come from here.
what a day for it as well. Thanks again, Joe.
Cheers, man.
Good luck, have a lovely time on this
keep in
year.
touch.
See you later, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. I'll send you stuff from Thailand and that.
Yeah.
Take care, mate. Thanks.
See you later.
What a road! What a lovely guy Joe was! I really like him. Nice dude. Thank you, Joe. That was a pretty manic ride back. One thing I learnt about the Outer Hebrides, to ride an hour here is to ride 4 hours anywhere else. This country beats you up. Like left, it's supposed to be raining, it weren't raining. It was actually okay. And then just turned mental winds up in the mountains, pea soup, fog come down. Without sat nav, I really would have had to done like 5 miles an hour. Couldn't see more than 10 foot. Just come out of nowhere, bang. It's really putting Lisa off mountain roads, all this. But she done well. But yeah, I really loved it. 2 days is not enough here. We've had a lovely time, but not enough. I think we need a week here. Really need a week here to see a bit more. We've seen sort of like the bare minimum you want to see, but really need more time. Well, we could stay longer, but it just means cutting down elsewhere. So I don't know. I don't want to do that either, because the Black Bar, and then after that it just gets really beautiful, even more beautiful. How'd you feel about Lewis and Harris?
Well, I'll tell you what the weird thing is I always thought a lot of people don't really speak about Harris, and it's all more about the Isle of Lewis. But I'm an Isle of Harris fan. I am in love with that. That was just so beautiful. I mean, obviously we haven't seen everywhere, so might need to come back again, just might change my mind.
2 days not enough, is it?
No, as you say, we have drove from length to length. We have done that, but there are obviously so many places of interest to see. Just so sort of isolating out here when you go on the roads. This morning when we left, we rode for about 10 minutes before we actually saw a car coming the other way. You don't think 10 minutes? Might take me 10 minutes to pull off my driveway in the morning where I live.
That calls Joe.
He's so lovely. Yeah, if you want to go to like an authentic, just like you're just staying in some guy's house, he's just so cool, full of stories, full of lots of information all about the area.
So this is going on, so let's have a roundup. Worth coming?
100%. I'd definitely like to come back.
Yeah, I'd like to come back too.
And then we've had a hard ride this morning. It was only like about an hour and 15 minutes, but Mark come out this morning and was like, oh, it's cold out there. It's got a wave. But I don't know, it just felt like the longest hour we were just like cold.
Beats you up at it, doesn't it?
It does beat you up. It was dark. So suddenly you have a bit of sun, then it's black clouds, and then the last bit, I literally definitely going off mountains. I really like them, but we literally just from nowhere, Mark just stopped. Went, oh, let's just take one picture. 2 minutes down the road, it's just thick fog came down, and you just sort of think, actually, I always know when I start to get worried is when Mark starts laughing quite psychotically. You think, oh, I just don't know if I like this. Like, just couldn't even.
I was having a good time.
Was you having a good time?
I was having a good time.
So that's what's worrying.
But yeah, so here we are back on Skye. It said sun later. Hopefully we're going to make our way to Applecross and then find some sunshine, hopefully. But I'll take this for now. I meant to go down this road last time I was in Skye, but I didn't have sat nav or anything and I couldn't find it on my old bike. Anyway, a little sketchy bend there. There we go. These are the kind of roads we like. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, it's lovely to be back. We had a lovely time in Harris and Lewis. Really fantastic. Let's see some more of Skye. It's quite mild now. It was cold earlier this morning. Nice now. Take this. I've lost the puffer. Took that off. Not lost it, like as in literally lost it. I put it on the back of the bike. This is a bumpy old road. A lot of gravel. Got to be a bit careful here. It's not what I imagined it to be, but I think this is just a cut through to the road I'm hoping to get to. Jesus Christ, that is a pothole. I think this is just a cut through. This gets better soon, babe, I hope. Yeah, this is just a cut through. It's going to open out up here. I hope it all ain't like this. And Lisa probably hopes even more than me. That's sketchy as. Right, so let's get out of here. Hold your horses. Let's hold up here. There we go. Up the mountain, please. Looking back at the ferry that brought us here. To my left, looks lovely. Great. We just met a couple of guys, Peter and his son. I can't remember his son's name. I'm so bad with names already. But we just met the two nicest guys on the ferry. Chatted to them the whole way. It made the journey go really quick. Really nice fellas. They live out on Harris, but they're off to Brighton. Really nice guys. We just had a really nice chat with them. There we go. Let's let this car come out. Look at that. Pretty crazy view from here. I think round the corner there's a pretty spectacular bit to see. Nice road though. Oh, the guy in front of me though, he was doing like 5 miles an hour. I wanted to blow him up. I wanted my bazooka. There's no need to go 5 miles an hour on this road. And then he was doing things like going by a passing point when there was a car coming, then having to reverse, and real numpty. Real. Look at this. This is lovely though. We got to watch out for some mad sheep. Apparently a lot of suicidal sheep out here. Yeah, I'm not a stop and start person. I like just going along. What about making them bikes only? If it was bikes only, we could all pass each other. There's an idea. Bike only. And that's motorcycles only, not cyclists. Don't you lot get excited. Motorcycles only. What a great world it would be. Oh, there's a big pothole. Whoa, and that gravel's bitching. That was like a pile of gravel. That was like the old builders had just come round, dumped a pile of rubble in the road. Jesus Christ, that was a pile. Pothole one side had about 3 inches of tarmac. You look a bit mental. Go on, son. Out of the way. Uh-oh. They don't like the sound of this engine, luckily. This is the road, Lise, but unfortunately the mist is covering the beauty of it. I mean, it's still beautiful, but I think we should be seeing something really dramatic at the moment. Got to really watch out for that mist. It's raining a bit at the moment, a little bit of a light rain. Hope it don't get any heavier because my goggles are in the bag at the moment. My emergency goggles for the heavy rain. I can do light rain without the goggles, but I can't do the heavy rain. Watch out, I don't like this one. Watch yourself, Sonny. I'm just getting a little bit excited. I can see a bit of blue sky ahead and gravel and potholes, but Jesus, gravel's deep. Look at that, look at that. Isle of Skye, you beauty. You absolute beauty. What fucking gravel, man. Got to avoid that at all costs. And the potholes. Trouble is, it's so beautiful, I start looking at things around me. You haven't got time for that. I've got a camera on, so I'll watch it when I get home. I've got to keep my eyes on the road. This is it's a lively little place here. Come on, little white car. Grandma's slow, she was old.
Guess what?
What?
I've just changed the battery while it's going on.
Lisa thinks she's some kind of genius. She's changed the battery while sitting on the back of a motorcycle. All right, babe, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Shit. Right, the drone is in this side. I'm going to unplug this because it's not doing anything. We'll figure it out tonight.
On our way back down across the length of Skye, I took a different route from the way out. I'd hoped to retrace my roads from the previous solo trip in 2022. But in truth, I really had no idea what way I'd travelled to Uig back then. I'd been awake about 40 hours by the time I was riding across Skye on that wonderful, dreamlike day. But I never found that route I took, not going up or coming back down with Lisa. On this trip, we travelled up the west side of Skye on the way to Uig, and coming back the east. In 2022, I took a route across the mountains. I can only assume it must have been through the middle of the Isle. I will need to return, for it was one of my fondest memories of the first trip. The Quiraing Pass was absolutely stunning. There was no doubt about that. However, I'd seen so many photographs of it, I knew what to expect. On my first adventure across the middle of Skye, the roads I found were unknown to every dark corner of my mind. I was pioneering, seeing the unseen, the unforeseen, well, at least to me anyhow. There is something so beautiful about finding something by accident. Something that makes you stop and get off your motorcycle, take a breath, take a photograph, and then feel the inner disappointment as it mirrors only a fraction of the beauty before you. But even without finding what I'd hoped for, Skye delivered stunning roads, coastal wonders. I found myself in a dream ride, the Skye Rider, chasing white lines into an ever-distant vanishing point. On Skye, the weather was continually changing, minute by minute, second by second. Blue sky to grey, warm to cold, high wind, no wind, rain, dry, light, dark. Still the lines go on, and still the waves crash against the rock. Still the engine thumps. Still my mind's eye trying to comprehend the landscape's rolling beauty. Still the Skye Rider rides. I'm hungry, but I know a place I'm heading for. I'll hang out for it too was from the first trip, the Skye Rider's first trip north. So I have to go back, for if I don't, then maybe the dream wasn't real. And if the dream is not real, the dream is broken. A broken dream must be avoided at all costs. So down the white lines we run, and the waves still crash on the rock. The seabirds dance in the wind, and we chase the white lines into the vanishing point, through the wind, the rain and the sun, and still the waves crash on the rock.
God, that was a hard ride coming here, but just looking at that.
It is the best fish pie I've ever eaten.
Same. And this is the restaurant I've been telling you about for 3 years.
You have redeemed yourself.
You're not let down. I picked it up, didn't I? And it's still so good. This is Loch Karen. And this restaurant, don't ever drive by this restaurant. This restaurant is so amazing. Just had a hell of a ride down here. Stupid, I left my puffer off. The weather changes so much. 1 minute I got my puffer on, 1 minute I got it off, but I left my puffer off. Coming over the last mountain, 10 miles back, I got so cold, it rained. I got really cold, got in my bones. But anyway, I just knew I had to make it here. Me and Lisa were both hungry, and I knew just had to make it to this restaurant. And I remembered it being good, but you know when you're scared, I've bigged this place up to Lisa for 3 years. And I was literally like thinking, what if it's not as good as you remember? We just had the best fish pie I've ever had in my life. I've had a lot of fish pie. My mum was a bloody good cook. My nan was a bloody good cook. Lisa's a bloody good cook. Lisa's mum's a bloody good cook. But I ain't never had a fish pie like that. Tomorrow the weather's supposed to turn really bad. So we're probably going to treat ourselves to a hotel or something, or hibernate in a tent, but it's probably going to be a hotel. Hello, boy. How you doing? Hello, fella. Hello, darling. Good boy. Hello, fella. Oh. Hello, fella. Good boy. You're a good boy. Good boy. Hello.